Шановні пані та панове, вітаю вас у заключній частині марафону громад. Прошу займати.
Please take your seats. We are going to start our final part of Marathon of Communities.
Дайте, будь ласка, клікер. Отож, починаємо. Партнером марафону громад.
Let us begin. The partner is the All-Ukrainian Association of the cities of Ukraine that I represent. As you're scanning the QR code on this slide, let me just say that the association takes joint decisions for more 1,000 of our cities and towns where we have over 90% of the population. We have 4 chambers of large, medium and small towns and villages, and we have 16 of the professional sections and with different profiles, and then we have an analytical center, municipal recovery center, and a school of municipal recovery. We know that during those 2 days of the marathon, the main topic was to return people to their homes and the local communities, to create the conditions for living. And then all of our work is focused on creating the living conditions and comfortable living opportunities. We are active at the local, regional, national, and international levels. We are running analytical work. We offer legal assistance. We provide education for local government officials. And we also maintain international contacts with our peers abroad. We also work a lot to bring the local legislation in compliance and in alignment with international legislation. Our association has initiated many reforms, and the most important reform of 2014. And recently we worked with international partners, European institutions, by the way, to develop a concept for the recovery of local government in Ukraine. This is a strategic document that provides a short and long-term perspective of recovery, still even before the victory in this unjust war, and also 10 years after the victory. The concept is focused on creating decent and dignified living conditions for every resident, and also for creating a participatory management system for all of the communities. We are thankful for the support in developing this concept to our international partners. The concept aims to restore the housing and their infrastructure and to attract people to get back into their homes. And our association has its own charter, which is in full compliance with the Charter of Local and Territorial Government Charter in Europe. We invite you to visit our website, euc.org.ua, and at any international event, our association stresses that, regretfully, up until today, the representatives of local governments are now held hostage by the Russian military. There are mayors and there are heads of communities, and we always call for everyone to do their utmost to relieve and release those POWs. Now let us move on to the marathon. And please put my presentation on screen. We're now talking about Kyiv, Kherson, SHYROKE, MYKOLAIV, CHERKASY, and POLTAVA in this part of the marathon. So this will be the final part, and the priorities of the communities will be presented by Mr. Kravchenko, who is the head of regional state administration. But first, please
Kyiv region
look
is a
at
metropolitan
the video
region.
in
It's one of
English.
the largest regions of Ukraine, which has high potential, but at the same time requires significant international support. As a result of the full-scale Russian invasion after the occupation of the region, 65% of the territorial communities were damaged. Now, due to constant hostile attacks, the scale is only increasing. More than 30,000 objects were destroyed or damaged in the region. Most of them are housing. The following facilities were destroyed due to hostile actions: life support facilities, educational and medical institutions, roads, etc. The region's economy has also suffered significantly because of the war. More than 770 business entities in the region were damaged. Despite all this, Kyiv region is actively recovering. The joint efforts of Ukraine, international partners, philanthropists, and responsible businesses have already restored more than 20,000 facilities in the region. And we are not stopping there, because reconstruction means bringing people back home, which means returning to normal life and developing the region. In terms of economic potential, Kyiv region is one of the 5 economically developed regions of Ukraine. By various indicators, we occupy top positions among the regions of Ukraine. Despite the aftermath of the war, the region is experiencing high business activity. In 2023-2024 alone, more than 22,000 new business entities were registered in the region, and their total number has already reached more than 220,000. Kyiv region is among the top 5 business attractive regions. One of the largest networks of industrial parks has been created in the region. We are constantly developing the industries that make up the economic and innovation potential of the Kyiv region, as well as 4 areas of the smart sphere. Kyiv region is a reliable partner open to investing in large-scale development projects. We invite you to cooperate.
Dear partners, I would like to greet you on behalf of Kyiv region. Thank you for giving me the chance to speak today about our plans for recovery and development. The Kyiv region knows what Russian aggression means. Our towns and villages have seen its destruction, and this will always be in our memories. We have seen our communities suffer, our homes destroyed, and many civilians killed. At one point, 65% of the Kyiv region was under occupation. More than 30,000 buildings were damaged or destroyed. This has had a deep impact on all of us. At the same time, we have grown stronger and more united in our desire to defend our homeland. We are grateful to all the international partners who stand with us for people, for peace and freedom. We hope to have even more partners in the challenging process of rebuilding. Thanks to our joint efforts, we have already restored 20,000 infrastructure objects, but this is not enough. Ukrainians will return home when they have more than just a roof over their heads. They will come back when there are job opportunities, chances for growth and good living conditions. Our goal is not just to rebuild what has been lost, but to create modern, comfortable, and safe country where every Ukrainian can live with dignity. The Kyiv Region State Administration, together with local communities, is present in 8 infrastructure projects. The total investment for these projects is almost $226 million. Our focus areas are water supply and sewage, education, and healthcare. These projects were chosen by our departments together with local communities. I would like to highlight 2 of them in more detail. The first project is to build a plant for producing plate glass in the Berezan community with a capacity of 600 tons per day. The Kyiv region is actively rebuilding, but right now there is not float glass plant in Ukraine. This project will meet the demand for this important material for reconstruction, create new jobs, and boost the economy of the Kyiv region. The investment needed for these projects is estimated at $120 million. The second project is the construction of water supply pressure collector in Vasilkiv. This will provide 20,000 people with access to high quality drinking water. The estimate cost of this project is $3 million. Includes building an iron removal station, a pumping station, and new water supply networks. This will improve drinking water quality, reduce emergency repairs, and save energy resources. The communities will also present their projects in more detail. I invite all of you to join in implementing these projects. Let's rebuild our communities, revive the Kyiv region, and restore all of Ukraine. We also welcome you to visit to the Kyiv region booth, where you can learn about other important projects. And one important point to remember. While we discuss rebuilding and developing Ukraine, the success of these projects depends on achieving a fair peace and ending Russian aggression. We have a plan to do this. The Victory Plan by President Volodymyr Zelensky includes practical and effective steps. I ask each of you to energize your national governments or to support this Victory Plan. Together to victory. Thank you so much.
Дякую вам, пане Руслане. Херсон. Херсон тривалий час перебував під окупацією російськими загарбниками і був звільнений українськими військами 11 листопада 2022 року. Місто дуже сильно постраждало від російських обстрілів і зараз активно працює над своїм відновленням і для того, щоб повернути мешканців у свою громаду. Я запрошую на сцену пані Наталю Чехуту, першого заступника начальника Херсонської міської військової адміністрації. Але спочатку переглянемо відео про громаду.
Let's watch a short video about the community. Kherson region.
Доброго дня.
Dear guests, I was asked to make this presentation. Roman Mrochko, the head of our military administration, but I have presentation, but first I have to speak just from my heart. You understand what Kherson is. Kherson, for 9 months, has been under occupation. We survived everyday terror, but people didn't break down. Then reconstruction began, but then the tragedy at Kherson, Kakhovka hydroelectric power plant dam. Those days when the whole world got together and helped us, we didn't have anything at all. Because Russians together, when they were leaving, or actually they were running from our armed forces, they took everything with them, all equipment, transportation vehicles. We didn't have anything. So now we try to renovate. Not everyone has strength to do this reconstruction works on the shelling, everyday shellings, with all sorts of arms. Not only rockets, but also shaheds, bombs, artillery. And today, Russians follow our civilians from the air, our utility workers. Every time after the shelling, we come to the spot for renovation. So all our utility worker is a hero, because our heroes take care of people, they take away waste, they repair everything, and we do it every day. I would like to present the project which should be implemented. It's about renovation of heating supply system. Although we are in the south and we don't have frosts, but we have to provide our residents with heat, with heating. The migration of population is very high because people leave and then they come back, and we understand that every person wants to go back. They want to live in their home, in their city, their homeland. Now we have about 90,000 people, population, about 44,000 people who use heating supply. And our task is to provide this heating to people, to the residents, so that they have all conditions to live normally. The safety situation, unfortunately, doesn't give us an opportunity to reconstruct in such a mode, in such a way as we would like to. We know what we have to do today, tomorrow, in 1 year, and even in 5 years. We are developing the strategy for the development of our region, and we would be very grateful if you could help us in our efforts to make normal conditions for living in Kherson. We are preparing the project for reconstruction of hydraulic system and heating supply system. And this requires quite a lot of cost in order to make all estimates, to develop the project. The second step is the reconstruction of heating supply system. The system was constructed in Soviet times. Back in Soviet times, it was obsolete. There are lots of breakdowns in the system. That's why we have to reconstruct, to build it from scratch even. Then the reconstruction of pumps, because the equipment is also obsolete, it is not energy efficient, we have many losses. in energy consumption. That's why we try to, with our own efforts, using the help from international partners, to reconstruct our facilities, heating supplies facilities. And the next stage of this project will be to develop automated management system for heating supply. What will this project provide us with? It will make it possible to decrease losses of heat when we provide it to our consumers. We will be able to effectively manage the system of heat supply, to react very quickly to any challenges and hazardous situations. We would be very grateful. Please visit our stand and have a look at our projects. Maybe you will be interested to implement them, because despite the situation which we have now in Kherson, Kherson lives its life. We are operating, we are working for the sake of Kherson and for our people. So we will stand. Glory to Ukraine. Thank you, Natalia, for your presentation.
Широківська сільська територіальна громада.
SHYROKE village community, just several 30 kilometers away from the front line. They have hosted a lot of IDPs, and their population has increased twice. They have a very effective team. They are implementing a number of projects, and we are planning to launch new ones. So we will listen to their presentation, but first let's watch a video.
Dear colleagues and dear friends, greetings from the SHYROKE community of Zaporizhia region. It is a great honor to be here today and represent our community at this international forum. I am happy to see representatives from large cities and small villages in Ukraine, and those who support us worldwide. Those who believe in our victory, recovery, and the future of a peaceful and prosperous life on our land. The war today has brought countless challenges to Ukraine. You all know well about the horrors of destruction, occupation, and loss. But every community, every city, and every village has its own unique story of struggle. Luckily, our community has avoided physical destruction and occupation. However, we are only 50 kilometers away from the front line. Our lives are filled with uncertainty. Since the war began, our community's population has tripled. People from temporarily occupied territories of Zaporizhia, Lugansk, Kherson, Donetsk regions have come to us. We have become their second home. Why? Because we are always ready to extend a helping hand. Living near the front line could be a reason for many to put life on hold. But our community chose a different path. We decided to live now. We decided to build our future right now, to create a place where people survive and want to stay, work and grow. Today we have built a new medical center. We support local businesses and volunteers. We provide leisure for kids and seniors. But our big dream is to reconstruct our main and largest school. For 5 years now, our children haven't been able to attend classes in person due to the pandemic and now because of the war. Can you imagine a childhood without school breaks with friends, without class lessons, without the simple joys of being a child? As a father of 4 children who stayed with me in our community, I understand now how hard this is for parents. Reconstruction our school has become one of the key projects for our community's recovery. This project is not only about creating a safe, modern education environment where our children can return to classrooms. It is about maintaining the population we have today. Human capital preservation is our priority. We know that if we lose time now, we won't be able to make up for it. If we don't live and develop now, we will lose families with children who will choose other regions or countries because their children cannot go to school. These parents could work on our farms, open small businesses, and develop tourism. These people can be teachers, builders, drivers, or engineers, but they will leave if we don't have a school for their children. Today, I am presenting the project for the reconstruction of the school in Petropol village. We have already equipped a shelter there. A new underground school is being built nearby. This will allow hundreds more children to return to regular education. We dream of reopening our kindergarten, which hasn't been functioning since the invasion began. Our community now has 1,500 school-age students. Currently, 300 children attend this school. With the reconstruction, we can double this number. The planned works include insulating the facade and replacing the roof, installing solar panels for energy efficient consumption and energy independence for the school, creating an inclusive, multifunctional outdoor space for sports and leisure. Reconstructing the school is an investment in the future of our community. These children will be building Ukraine after the victory we all believe in. Together with your support, we can make this project and a reality and give our children a worthy childhood and education despite all the difficulties. I am ready to collaborate and open to dialogue with each of you. I hope this forum will mark the beginning of many long-term partnerships that will bring tangible results for Ukraine and our community. Thank you for your attention. Slava Ukraini!
Glory to Ukraine. Glory to heroes. Thank you, Denis. Mykolaiv city, the city hero and the city of heroes. This is also the city which was heavily damaged, but due to the efforts of the team of the city council, the head of the city, a lot of things have been done. Mykola Login, the head of a utility facility, will make his presentation, but first let's watch a short video about the community.
Місто на хвилі, місто суднобудування, місто, яке бере свій початок з часів античного світу. Донедавна Миколаїв приваблював своїми можливостями та потенціалом туристів, іноземців, творчих людей, бізнесменів. Місто свободи, неймовірних краєвидів та незламних людей.
In a televised address at around 6 a.m. in Moscow, President Putin announced what he called a special military operation aimed, he said, to create the demilitarization and denazification of Ukraine.
Ворог намагався знищити все це. Тяжкі втрати, руйнування, які понесло наше місто під час війни, не зламало дух Миколаєва. Місто-герой, що став фортецею півдня України, знову починає дихати. Віра і незламність мотивує нас і світ продовжувати шлях розвитку. І сьогодні ми хочемо розказати вам про новий стратегічний напрямок відновлення та розвитку міста – блакитна економіка.
Коли ми разом, ми наближаємо перемогу. Коли ми разом, ми наближаємо перемогу.
Добрий день.
Hello to everyone. Mykolaiv is in the southern part of Ukraine, and we were under constant shelling for 9 months. The enemy was just 10 kilometers from the city. That's why in May 2022 we've developed a concept of so-called energy island, because the Mykolaiv region, we have a lot of generation of solar energy and wind energy, but all this energy is received from several substations which are under constant shelling from enemy. That's why we've developed a concept to make the city a so-called energy island. And we are speaking about generation of energy, 100 kilowatts, including biofuel, solar energy, etc. We have started implementing the strategy, and
so we are working on CHP, so we're installing 5 megawatts and we're designing another 10 megawatts of CHP, and they are going to be commissioned in 2025 next year. We are going to develop photovoltaics with the capacity of 10 megawatts using the NAFCO facility. So all that we do for the city of Mykolaiv to be capable to generate its electrical energy within the city limits. So that will give us a possibility to work. This will give us a possibility to return our residents and to also stop blackouts. And the city of Mykolaiv has been under the conditions of blackout on many conditions. We understand that, but now we're working on addressing this issue. We need to have our own generation capacity within the city limits. Thank you very much.
Дякую вам.
Thank you. Thank you very much for being so concise.
Переходимо до
And now we are moving on to the town of Cherkasy. Cherkasy is the Cossack land, and it used to be the defense fortress in the past, but currently this city performs exactly this function. They receive IDPs, they help people with disabilities, those who have suffered of the war. They also develop important projects. I would like to give the floor to Anatoly Bondarenko, the head of the city. But let's watch a video material about this town.
Cherkasy, the center of Ukraine, its heart, a city with an ancient Cossack history, a place of rest and calm, cozy beaches, open water and picturesque nature, a comfortable life for families and self-realization, a city of large enterprises and famous Ukrainian brands. Russia's war against Ukraine has changed our lives. Missiles and drones are also reaching here. The enemy is trying to destroy important infrastructure. But we are here, on our land, we are at home, and we are ready to help those who need it. Cherkasy has become a new home for 30,000 internally displaced persons. We accept relocated businesses and help other regions. Rehabilitation of wounded civilians and soldiers, recovery of physical and psychological health of combatants, their integration and adaptation to civilian life are the most important areas of our country's reconstruction. We will definitely rebuild our homes and bring happiness back to our families. We will restore production and the economy. Cherkasy is open to the world and believes in the future.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I begin my presentation, well, every single town is thinking about those who are fighting on the front line. I have just been talking about our utilities company director. He is organizing defense line on the front line. He is there. I'm here. I'm here, but in my thoughts and in mind, I'm with him and with his people, with our utilities people, and they risk their lives. They're doing whatever could be done so as to bring us closer to victory, Ukrainian victory. I would like to thank the international community for the assistance, and before I present our project, I would like to say that Lord forbid Europe experience what we experience in Ukraine today. We're fighting for our freedom, and we are fighting for independence of free Europe. Dear friends, thank you. Thank you for the invitation to speak in front of this distinguished audience, and my city is in the center of Ukraine, and we are the heart. We are both the logistical support. We used to be also in the past, historically, we used to be the Cossacks' fortress, defense fortress, and historians write history using the ink. We write it with our own blood. And unfortunately, this is exactly what is happening today. The war of Russia against Ukraine keeps on destroying the potential of our country, and we're not an exclusion. And the best sons and daughters of Ukraine are relentlessly protecting the country, and they're paying the dearest price. They die for Ukraine. Many of them lose health and are mutilated by the war. And more often in the streets of my town, I can see the boys without limbs, people who have been traumatized both physically and mentally, and they're returning back to us. And those are the most important people in our communities. And our first task is to adapt these people and to help them go back to normal, full life. And sports is something that gives this possibility. Therefore, on behalf of the entire community, we would like to show our high priority project, that is the rehabilitation sports center together with the swimming pool. During the war, we started developing the Center for Sports and Physical Renewal and Recovery on the basis of our utility company. We accept veterans of the war families, their families, people with disabilities. We have football, we have ping pong, archery, CrossFit, and athletics. And the number of the military people coming back from the front line, they need special rehabilitation, and they want to do some sports and to also enjoy rehabilitation programs, and currently we're taking care of 300 people. The veterans who are attending the center are very strong in spirit, and the entire world was greeting the boys from Cherkasy for the golden and bronze medals that took place in Düsseldorf recently. And this year in the international marathon for the former veterans, our boys are going to be running. The boys with their limbs amputated, they are going to take part in that sports competition. Those are heroes. They deserve the best possible conditions for their rehabilitation. Before the war, we had started the renewal of our swimming pool and sports facilities that were built more than 50 years ago but had never been renovated. This is the only swimming pool in the city where professional sportsmen used to train, as well as children, and also people with disabilities. Therefore, we have taken into consideration all of the international standards. We've done some of the preparatory work already, but so far all works have been suspended because of the war. But the rehabilitation of the defenders of Ukraine is an urgent issue. Every single day we have more and more veterans who would like to have some sports rehabilitation possibilities. This swimming pool will help us to provide for adaptive swimming lessons for people with disabilities, so as to support their both mental and physical readaptation. This sports center is both for veterans, children, youth, and their families. This will provide all of us citizens with water sports. This swimming pool will also create new jobs in rehabilitation, medical, and technical professions. This may become the center of sports tourism, and we could receive sportsmen and sportswomen from all over Ukraine, and competitions may take place on a continuous basis. Once this project is done, we will have a unique, inclusive sports and rehabilitation center in Ukraine that will be dedicated to the veterans and their family members, and also for children with disabilities. This is the least that we can do together, so as to support and to thank those who have lost their health and suffered because of the war. This is what we can do to provide for their social rehabilitation and adaptation. Thus, the community of Cherkasy is inviting the international community to partner with us in the shape of this humanitarian aid, and any help, any reaction will be very important for us. And on top of that, we have some other important projects that we would like to we could present. That those are the energy projects, infrastructure, social and healthcare institutions development, utilities development, also the development of housing for the IDPs who have lost their homes because of the war. All of these people are being serviced by us. Please join us at our stand, become our friends and become our partners. Become partners of our community. We are ready to cooperate with you. See you at our stand, at the stand of the Cherkasy municipality. Glory to Europe, glory to Ukraine, glory to heroes. Right. Right, and now we are moving on to the city of Poltava. Poltava is a major transport hub and also one of the major industrial centers in Ukraine. This is a very attractive city with a unique local ambience. Poltava is being quoted by Ukrainian writers and poets, and I would like to give the floor to Mr. Maxim Medvedev, the head of the Department of Construction of the Poltava Council, but let's first watch a video material.
Welcome to Poltava region, a reliable trading partner and investment site. Why are we better than others? Favorable geographic location. Developed transportation infrastructure for life and business. Dynamic railway network. International airport, Poltava. Poltava region is a Ukrainian capital of student communities. This is the place where specialists for all branches of economy in more than 200 specialities are trained. Poltava region is a territory for successful business. Why? National leader in economic efficiency, confident exporter to the European and world markets, center for organic farming. Poltava region is the territory for your business. Modern hotel complexes, business centers, conference rooms. We are open for your cooperation. We offer you our best. Poltava region is waiting for you.
Доброго дня.
Hello to everyone. My name is Maxim Medvedev, and I would like to present the project aimed at the reconstruction of recreation and sports center. From the very first of the war, Poltava, due to its geographical location, because it neighbors Kharkiv, Sumy, and Dnipropetrovsk regions, it hosted a lot of IDPs. We had more than 90,000 officially registered IDPs in Poltava region, so we had to host them to cover their basic needs. Right now we have much less IDPs in the region, but this number is quite high. Anyway, it's more than 50,000 IDPs. Our community is 300,000 residents. So for us, it's a great number of new people who have come to the community. Speaking about the basic needs, we need to provide those people with complex assistance, including physical rehabilitation and mental rehabilitation. That's why our project we are going to present is the creation of rehabilitation and sports center. This complex will be located in the territory of 2 hectares. The general area is 1,800 square meters, including zones for physical, mental rehabilitation, sports facilities, fields for football, mini football, and a swimming pool. Basketball court. This is how this complex will look like. The estimate of this complex is 5 million euros or 200 million hryvnias. We also have a number of other projects, and we would be glad to present them at our stand. Please come to our stand, and we will tell you in more detail about this project and many other projects. Thank you, and glory to Ukraine, glory to heroes. Thank you.
Шановні пані та панове, це була остання
Dear ladies and gentlemen, it was the final presentation within the Marathon of Communities today, and before we formally complete this marathon, we would like to thank all the participants, all the presenters, but the greatest award is, and gratitude is to the whole team of organizers of this extremely useful event within ReBuild Ukraine Premier Expo. Let's give a hand applaud to the head of Premier Expo, Tetiana Fedorova. Thanks to you, very many communities had a chance to receive assistance, or at least to start thinking about the projects they can present during the event. Thank you for this opportunity. It's very important for all of us. Thank you and your team. It's a great number of people whom we see and whom we don't see. Yes, the floor is yours, please. Yes, I will continue in Ukrainian. I would like to thank to the heads of communities who are heroes. I told this last year, and I tell this year again, because these are brave people who take responsibility for their community. Responsibility which they didn't have when they just became the heads of their communities. They opened their hearts because they face not only utility challenges, but also kind of human dimension challenges. And they take it very close to their heart, and they have to continue working to support their staff and take care of their communities. That's why I would like to say these words of gratitude to the great job you are doing. Thank you that we have managed to bring in some system approach in your work, in your difficult work. Thank you. Thank you. And now, let's move to the very pleasant part. I would like to invite all representatives of the communities, and you will receive awards and certificates to the communities who take part in this community marathon. So please, Apostolove territory community. Bakhmut city community. Apostolove city territory community. Please stay on this scene, on the stage. Bakhmut territory, then Vinnytsia community will be next. Vinnytsia city community. We are waiting for you. Kyiv regional administration. Kramatorsk city community. Kryvyi Rih city community. Then Lviv will be next. Lviv municipal community. Then moderator of today's marathon, Mr. Boychenko from Mariupol. Now we see a representative from Vinnytsia city. We don't see a representative from Mariupol. Then MYKOLAIV municipal community, please join us. Poltava will be next.
Полтава. Готуватися Суми.
And Sumy. Sumy will be next.
Місто Полтава.
Poltava city.
Місто Суми.
Sumy city.
Готуватися Тростянцю.
Trostanets will be next.
Тростянецька міська територіальна громада.
Trostanets municipal council, municipal community. Then Umань will be next.
Тростянецька міська територіальна громада.
Trostanets municipal community, please.
Уманська громада є.
Umань community, are you present here? Then Kharkiv.
Харківська міська територіальна громада.
Kharkiv municipal community.
Представник міста Львова.
Representative from Lviv city, please come to the stage.
Запрошуємо Маріуполь.
Mariupol, please join us.
Херсон. Херсонська міська територіальна громада.
Kherson municipal community.
Черкаська міська територіальна громада.
Cherkasy municipal community.
Чернігівська міська
Chernihiv municipal community.
Широківська сільська територіальна.
Shyrokove village community.
Місто Маріуполь.
Mariupol city.
Київська обласна державна адміністрація є.
Kyiv regional military administration, are you here?
Широківська міська територіальна громада.
Shyrokove village community.
Прошу представників Київської обласної державної адміністрації, Уманської міської
Please,
територіальної
Kyiv,
громади,
Umань,
а також
and Mariupol
територіальної громади
communities, please come to the stage. We would also like to thank the Association of Cities of Ukraine for moderating the event, for supporting the communities in preparation of their presentations, and for your assistance and everything you do for the communities and for Ukraine. Thanks a lot. And a small wish to all heads that this was just the start. You have a lot of work ahead of you, because all those because all the things you have discussed today, please take them very responsibly, because those who provide you with funds, they also require a lot of things from you. They require quick work and reports from you. So I wish all of you success in your work, and this is much more than you were prepared for today. I hope everything will be good and successful in your work. Thank you. Thanks to all representatives, participants of the community marathon. Thanks to the expo, to all this huge work. We are grateful to the armed forces of Ukraine for this possibility, for having the chance to conduct such events, at least not in Ukraine, but abroad. But anyway, and our moderator is here, Mr. Vadim Boychenko, the head of Mariupol city. Let's invite him here. And Kyiv City Military Administration is here as well. Maybe Umань is joining.
So the whole family is fully set, and now we can officially... Yes, just a second.
А тепер ми можемо
Now we can officially announce that the marathon has been concluded. Thank you very much. Please rise to the anthem of Ukraine.
Згинуть наші вороженьки, як роса на сонці, запануєм і ми, браття, у своїй сторонці. Душу й тіло ми положим за нашу свободу і покажем, що ми браття козацького роду.
слава Україні!
Glory to Ukraine, glory to heroes. Thank you very much.